very difficult to deal with, especially if it gets jumped on top of you. And plus you have the Nua with that extra burst, and you know that they're going to be grouping up, so if you're going to hit one, you're going to hit the other.
So right now, you have to win the lane, which means you have to win a lane.
Win a lane by winning the lane itself here. So weapon here coming in from Kin, you can see the age starting to come up towards Oller's age, so understandable.
Wow! Wow, the disrespect! But it's okay
to me. But how are you going to be offended? What?
But coming back towards the draft itself, I do believe that Alpha 7 has drafted themselves a very high-risk, high-reward sort of draft with a lot of focus towards Ladies of the Ming taking control of this mid lane here, whereby Bigetron by Vitality, after their successful Game 1 victory, coming to Game 2, their draft is very solid from early to finish, but is down to execution and how these teams play towards the gorge. This is Game 2 between Bigetron by Vitality against Alpha 7. Casters, please take it away.
Thank you so much, Sagi. As we get into this one, Alpha 7, this is, dare I say, a must-win. I mean, going into this one, I think that Bigetron actually have a decent counter draft in mind, but Alpha 7, it's about execution, right? How much was Wisehazer going to be able to pop off?
And it looks like a straight invasion coming in. Danny gonna get this for free. Yep, does have the lifesteal from that alignment, so he's not gonna be troubled by this.
Yeah, not at all. And Alpha 7 changing things up, right, from the last game. They're gonna be a little bit more aggressive, looking to take away that red buff away from ZonQ, who again is fast. It's gonna be tough, right?
Okay, so Neo did manage to get the steal, slows down a little bit of the farm for this other Danny, but at the same time, look at the position of Fury, right? He understands that, hey, I'm a utility mage. My job here is to give information, not take farm.
Yeah, take everything, right? I think, oh, they're going to stop Wisehazer. That's going to slow him down. But now with that Formless, is Ormson taking a decent amount. He might be giving him first blood, and he does. And now Tough Z actually has to flash away. He does get back to safety. And now ZonQ is going to be showing up. They might go for the emergence. They're going to go for this play. They have the creation block, but not enough control. They're going to be bouncing around. The damage gets spread, but no kills.
Okay, so ZonQ, I think he has done the best he could with whatever resources and space he has been given. But for now, Alpha 7, they're keeping pace with BTR, and very soon they will have a slight net worth advantage.
Yeah, slight net worth. I mean, it's still early game, not even 2 minutes, but you'll take whatever you can get at this point. Getting first blood is going to help Alpha 7, but at the same time, Bigetron are actually out farming.
Yeah, that's true, but only for the moment, right? Because there is one buff that's taken, and Alpha 7, take a look, straight away Crimson buff is going to be available. Do they get another steal on Alpha 7, for Alpha 7 in that Azure Golem?
Yeah, I mean, they want to, right? They know the timer, they can potentially just rotate around, but it looks like he's going to go to the top lane. Danny, that is, just deal with his own Crimson first.
Okay, so that's going to be a quick answer, and Fury here holding with the lane free so that Wisehazer gets extra farm as well.
Smart. Getting him going, right? Wisehazer is your win condition. When it comes to the damage, everybody else has a lot of control. Everybody else is going to be up front with a tanky. It's all about this Lady Soon here. Can he pop off?
I mean, for now, that seems to be the greatest story. But then, I'm also looking at Tough Z, right? If Tough Z gets that freaking Death at Sunset at the correct time, I think this game is over for Alpha 7.
Yeah, but I mean, if Wisehazer has that damage, I mean, they're doing a decent amount finding it, Ormson, and he has to use the Umbrella Outburst. He's going to be bounced up, and Danny's going to take him down.
This one is the most painful experience, right? As a Zhangfei player, you and I know this.
Yeah.
We expend the Umbrella Outburst, and we still lose our life. Now we have to work through all the passive again.
Yeah. It's just frustrating at this point, right? You got to build it back up, and then you got to do the walk of shame. All your teammates right now are reporting you. We're like, oh, this roamer, but they get the truth. The Death at Sunset's going to be used. They find ZonQ. Niap is actually going to flash, but they're going to dive under the tower because they want Niap, and they do get the kill.
That was a little too close for comfort here, but thankfully, they do manage to survive. So BTR, they find some value in the top side of the map, and take a look at the goal difference. It is nothing right now.
Nothing. I mean, the kills, this is the thing, is like, it's great to get that first blood. Yeah, it's awesome, and you feel good, but you didn't get any objectives. You didn't get any towers, so you didn't get true value out of it.
Yep. I mean, for now, I don't think there's too much of a power spike and itemization to be able to really melt down those towers, but ZonQ has been caught.
Yeah, he's been caught here. Danny's going to be doing a little damage, but ZonQ, with his parlor trick, he's going to get back.
No, but this is the perfect timing. 4 minutes in.
Yeah, 4 minutes into this one. The Death at Sunset, now they're going to go with a nice little meteor kill onto 3, and the Annihilation a little up the mark, the Silk Orb onto Tough Z, and now Bigetron, he's been tethered, and it looks like they're going to have to just continue on back.
Yeah, beautiful teamwork. ZonQ may be low, but look at the majority of the members on the side of Alpha 7. They've taken quite a few hits as well. So the game plan has changed. We don't care about the timings of the buffs or the timing. We want a teamwork.
Umbrella Outburst onto 2. There's no follow-up in this one. Neop is there, ZanQ as well, but he pounces back to safety. They don't really want to fight this.
Yep, everything resets into square number 1, which means Alpha 7 as well as BTR will be working on their respective buffs. But BTR, because of the speed of their rotations, they're going to start on this Tyrant.
Yeah, taking that one. I mean, you're going to take it for free. Alpha 7, on the other hand, is like, hey, our lineup, let's just group up as 5 and just death ball, right? Let's just continue on. I mean, the minion waves are here, and with Ysacer's damage, they're able to take this top T1 pretty easily.
But it's like a, push and pull, right? Pro and cons, because then take a look at BTR. They're able to spread themselves across the map. They haven't taken the T1 at the bottom. Now they're able to make the progress across the map. They found out the information. There is an Azure buff for the taking on the side of Alpha 7.
Yo, I didn't say it was a good idea, all right? I just said that that's what they were doing, right? They were taking what they could. I mean, Bigetron making some good counter movements. This is exactly how you want to play it. You want to be reactive. But Alpha 7, this tends to be their MO, right? They know that this draft, and now they go a nice little furball. Ormson is, and still the tanky guy up front with the Annihilation. I think most of the Alpha 7 members are a little low, and they're going to run away.
Fury did catch Zan, though. That's a huge thing, but they couldn't finish the job. And look at the punishment. Immediate response from the side of BTR. A lot of damage on the T1 on the top.
Yeah, and this is also a moment where you know that Tough Z can actually be very aggressive because you have that Death at Sunset. It's not the greatest ejection seat, but now he's going to show up in the bottom lane. The Death at Sunset, he goes right onto Ysacer with that meteor kill. Now he's got that bounce around. Ysacer rolling rates back to safety, but he did all of the work. ZanQ is showing up, not enough, and not close enough to get that damage.
So offense is the best defense on the side of BTR, right? So they also push Ysacer back. He needs to go back and heal, and this is going to buy them valuable time. Number 1, they already have the financial advantage. Number 2, they save the T1 at the bottom, which means Alpha 7 needs to put commitment into the time to make sure that the waves work in their favor, of which BTR can make a play out of.
So the silver lining right now is Ysacer's up over Zan at this point. I mean, Alpha 7 have done everything in terms of getting Ysacer that space and that time and that farm, and you're trying to get him going because, again, it's a 4 protect 1 strategy here.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's going to be the case, whether it works, because look, all you need on the side of BTR is Tough Z's ultimate, right? Death at Sunset, jump in, get Ysacer as well as Bilal 1, you instantly have an advantage. And we haven't even talked about an actual team fight. If Zan lands that golden token, it's over.
Yeah, it could be definitely over on this one. But Alpha 7, again, this is the way you want to play. You want to be taking the towers. Yeah, it's in the mid lane or whatever, but Neop is just, again, you just deal with the minions so that the rest of them can just slow it down. They have no approach.
Yeah, but look, the pressure is immense here.
Oh, Neop going in for this one. The Umbrella Outburst is going to be used on. Now comes Furball. They've got the Silky Orb onto Ormson, who does get killed. Neop will get this. Here's the Death at Sunset. He gets caught by the curve as well. And now Alpha 7 disengaging.
Okay, but look at the value that they have gotten for themselves. BTR, it's not the most, it's just a little bit of damage, but they have taken a little bit of damage on the T2 on the top. And over time, chunking it down, Alpha 7 will be in a bad spot.
They will be, but I mean, once they get there. But this is a moment for Alpha 7. Again, you got the kill. What did you get out of this? I mean, yeah, it's great to get on Ormson, but I think Ormson's like, all right, they didn't get any true value out of the kill.
I mean, they just burned the passive. That's about it, right? Right now, I think, I want to focus on Fury as well. I think Fury has been very consistent in this game. He has gotten quite a few S2 catches, but it's not been the crucial catches. He needs to catch the players like Zan, like ZanQ, but they're so mobile.
Yeah, it's so mobile. And they're also positioning very well. They're in the back line. They understand that if they get caught out, if they're up in front, yes, they will get caught out.
And the biggest issue here, I mean, look, BTR is on a timer. Once it goes in the late game, Neo is going to be once again the monster that he was in game number 1. And you're already 1/3 of the way there. Scepter Reverberation already available. Next one is probably going to be the Savant's Wrath.
Yeah, and now with his zoning, the top T2, really, Bigetron can't do much at this point. They're just going to watch this one go down. Again, yet another tower taken a while. ZanQ is in the bottom lane split pushing, but really, I mean, maybe he takes his one on his way out.
Look, the damage is insane. This guy's level 13. He's 2 levels ahead of Danny. And look, they want to play the tower pushing strat on A7. Sure, we will oblige, but BTR, they have a bigger strength. They can team fight really well.
Yeah, actually, ZanQ might have been able to take the bottom T3 if he just stuck around, but he's going to take the Tyrant instead. Alpha 7, very slow to react.
I mean, it's not by choice because they have to stay safe, right? Right now, it's all about funneling farm into Ysacer, who, by the way, even though everything has been funneled into him and Danny, they're still 2 levels behind ZanQ. That's a scary potential.
ZanQ is on another level. Let's be honest. As a jungler, he's very difficult to deal with. He's so efficient with his farming. And this is why he's so tough to deal with. But now Ormson, again, with that vision, as long as he's staying alive, I think that, you know, they're going to be happy with Ormson's positioning this game.
Yeah, look, I mean, Zangyu already at 8,000 gold. And even though they have funneled so much gold, right, Ormson, he gave his life 3 times so far, but the value he's going to provide just by using the Radiance and his Unbridled Outburst, it could catch the entirety of A7 off.
Yeah, and I mean, he doesn't want to be the initial initiator going in. I think Tough Z is definitely the guy that wants to be doing these types of things, and then Ormson coming in with a counter initiation, because he's kind of not really tanky. He needs to play a little bit more safe. But now here comes Bigetron. They find the Tyrant a little bit on the low side. Then Unbridled Outburst, and with that death, that Sunset, they're going to go all the way up in front, and the flash away doesn't keep Tough Z alive. But Zangyu had already taken the Tyrants. I think they're going to be happy with that trade.
But the kiting by the side of Alpha 7 is strong. They want to try and get the fight as well. Neo under pressure. Nyap looking for a potential catch. Does have the flash, does not have his ultimate, the truth mantra just yet.
Yeah, so all in all, they take the mid T1, Alpha 7 that is. And I think, I mean, with Tufts as well, and now they're going to take the Overlord, things have gone in favor of Alpha 7.
Yep, they managed to kind of take off the pressure that VTR has given them, right, at this point of the game. And they're catching up in terms of gold. It's about 1,000 gold that sets these two teams apart. You know, Zangyu has already hit that level cap. Right now, it's about Alpha 7 catching up.
And Zangyu, this is the power of him, is that he's been split pushing, he's been off the map. Well, when the team fights are happening, he hasn't really been involved in them, right? Yeah. And there's a reason why the team has only got 1 kill. But now when he's ready, this is the moment where there's going to be like a false sense of security for Alpha 7 because they're like, we're doing well with our team fights. But that's because Zangyu wasn't there.
Actually, I feel like that could go the absolute other way as well, right? Alpha 7, actually, if you take a look at the farm itself, they have been really keeping up. And that's a very scary notion. Knowing that Zangyu hit level 15 so early, he's already close to 10k, but somehow Alpha 7 are keeping pace. And this means in the next team fight, it really comes down to a decision-making difference. That is all.
Yeah, it really comes back to that moment, right? And Alpha 7, this is with that Crimson putting the pressure on in the bottom lane. And look at Zangyu all the way in the top. He'll deal with these Shadow Vanguards.
Yeah, but the T3 is now under pressure from the side of Alpha 7 as well. BTR, they need to be really considerate of their positioning, especially when Zangyu shows.
Yeah, when he shows on this one. I mean, the Shadow Vanguard is there. Yep. Look at how Nyap is on the prowl. But the recall, I think he's going to be on out of this one.
Okay, staying silent. Zangyu will make it out safely.
Yeah, it's better to just stay alive. Split pushing, this has got to be so frustrating because you know that you're like, as Alpha 7, you're looking to push, you're looking to end this, and then all of a sudden your side lanes are pushing, and you're going to be, you have to constantly just go back.
Oh, Fury, he committed that. That was a huge one. But this T3 now under pressure, Shadow Overlord marching in.
Yeah, with that wild growth, this is going to be a tough one. Alpha 7, look at Nyap finding Top Z, realizing the death of Sunset. This is a great spot, but he actually is going to go back in. Doesn't actually want to commit fully on this one. Just basically scares him off. But look at Zangyu in the mid lane.
Yeah, I mean, this whole performance by BTR is so clean, right? Neo making sure that the 4 boxes connect together for the maximum matrix, slowing down the movement of the Shadow Overlord. In the meantime, they also alleviate, but also create pressure with Zangyu taking the wave in the mid away.
I mean, the way that they're the counter movements, like, you know what I mean? Like, you go in, I'm going to flex the other way, I'm just going to take advantage of all this space. Like, Bigetron's movements have been very good in this game.
It's like Tai Chi, right? Like yin and yang, but this is more entertaining, obviously.
Yeah. Let's not even talk about that. I don't even know. There you go. But the Crimson here is going to be picked up. It looks like it's going to take it by Zangyu. He ensures that he gets it with that smite. And now Bigetron on the run. They need to just hold on this one.
Oh, but the T3 at the bottom. This one could melt down really fast.
Yeah, Ysacer does a decent amount of damage. And they get the pull onto Ormson. He has his Leaping Saber, but he gets picked off. And he doesn't even get the ult off on time. And with that kill, Alpha 7, now they turn their attention to the mid lane.
Yep, and yes, there was a split push from the side of Tough Z, but look at the value. Right now, Alpha 7 are able to traverse across the map. They're really setting up to deal with the top wave. This is a guarantee for the side of Alpha 7.
Easily picked up here. And Bigetron, again, you're kind of thinking, oh man, they're a little bit behind. What are we doing? We don't really have a whole lot of towers. We lost the bottom T3. They're not out of this one, right? I think that as long as they deal with this wave in the bottom lane, make sure that it's not completely pushing all the time. I mean, Bigetron have opportunities to get to the outside lanes as well.
But this is a very painful experience because that's the opposing lane of the Shadow Overlord. Yep. The one thing that would save and alleviate lane pressure.
Yeah, that would definitely help them. But Alpha 7 doing a great job, understanding that our strength is still to deathball. We will consistently march on.
Here we'll see Alpha 7, Chong PR's hope. the last hope, by the way. Danny is going to be able to get a little bit of information for the team, and they'll make this very conscious decision 45 seconds before they step into the end of the primal bond zone.
Yeah, Neil uses the immersion just for a little bit of vision. They spotted out Alpha 7 and they find him. They nice little truth onto Zonq. He pounces away. Tough Z is going to Moonlight Flash back to safety, but the furball is on. Zonq is going to be back. Alpha 7 with no catch.
It's space creation, that's it. They don't really need to get the kill. The kill is a perk, right? It's really just to push them back so that they have space to take this Shadow Overlord. 20 seconds before the Primal Bond is going to be gone. And you can see Danny working hard. Y6 joins in the attempts. Talk BR, we will see what they do with this information.
Yeah, this Overlord going down very quickly, and now they turn their attention to the Ormson. Zonq was potentially going for a steal, but with that tether, a nice little meteor kill onto 3, but he's in a bad spot. Topsy has to Blood Rage. He's going to be back. The Annihilation is going to be on, covering the retreat. Niap is still there. He's being bounced around the Formless as he finds Zonq though, but Niap is actually very low. And then they find the pickoff and they find Zonq, and that's going to be a bit of an opening. Alpha 7 still on the prowl. The Creation Blocks just continuing to slow. Ormson getting gone on this one with that ultimate shell, but he stays alive. They find Zon. He's going the wrong way. Alpha 7 are on the prowl. They will continue on with that furball. They roll out and they get the pickoff and find Zon.
It's a wise, it's a rampage, and this time Alpha 7 showing you why Chalk BR is still to be feared. They don't need the Shadow Overlord right now. They want the T3s.
I mean, you have the numbers regardless. You have all 5 members, 2 members down from Bigetron. They are the ones with all the damage. The mid T3 will hold, but the top T3 is going to be taken out. Alpha 7 potentially looking to end this.
Yep, too many things to consider on the side of BTR, and only very little time to deal with it, which means Alpha 7, they get all the comfort in the world, and this means they will start approaching the Shadow Overlord. 16 and a half minutes. The turnaround of a 50-50 is still 3 minutes and 30 seconds away.
I think that was a good time to regroup there. Just backing off, taking the Overlord. This is the safer route, but at the same time, Zonq and Zon back up on this one. They're still the ones with some of the most net worth, but why Sacer? Let's talk about this guy. We're talking about the fact that he needs to have an amazing game. Well, boom, you've got 15,000. You're 4-0-3, my friend.
Yep, never fell once. And, you know, with the Sage's Sanctuary, he's going to be even more difficult to take down. And this is a huge bait, because if BTR overdives again, you know that Tough Z is going to be taken out instantly.
Yeah, instantly. Insta-burst, right? They don't really have enough to kind of control him. And the rest of them are just waiting in the wings to see who jumps onto Y-Sacer. Plus, you have Sage's Sanctuary as well, so you have that out.
Yeah, okay. There is a little bit of a lifeline on the bottom side of the map, but hey, that's going to be instantly negated. And look at the wraparound. Zonq, this could change the whole game.
He's gonna go. He gets on him, but Nia finds him out. Here's the meteor kill. It's gonna be on to 3 with that Annihilation. Y-Sacer sidestepping most of this, and now Tough Z is on the run. Danny trying to do the damage. They already find Ormson, and now Danny continuing, trying to go for Tufts. No catch on this one. Bigetron are gonna look to defend the mid T3. That's gonna be taken down. Alpha 7 get everything and get on out.
Yeah, BTR, they have absolutely no damage. They don't have enough. Ormson is down. They don't have a tank as well. One more dive is gonna do it.
Yeah.
Niap, he does have the flash as well as the truth. Can he find that opening?
Yeah, he wants to go. I mean, the Annihilation on. It's going to be just pushing them back. Alpha 7 look to just regroup one last time.
They have to be careful, BTR. They can't just go in blindly. Right now, Niap, they know about it. So BTR looking for those pokes to make sure that they get the, you know, the highlight, right? If you hit someone in the brush, there will be an announcement telling you that someone is hiding inside.
Yeah, Shadow Tyrant being picked up here. I mean, at this rate, are we talking like a Tempest Dragon? Is this really going to be a possibility at this stage?
I mean, if Alpha 7 does not do anything in the next minute or so, probably, right? Yeah. And it looks like play safe.
Yeah,
rare that we say that Danny plays safe as well as Y-Sacer, but here it is. You want to win. It is 1-0 in lead for BTR. You need to tie this series up.
Yeah, you need to, right? It's better to play safe than sorry. You don't want to give Bigetron any sort of out on this one. But with all 3 lanes pushing, Bigetron now are on a timer. They need to ensure that, hey, they're able to push it out, fix all the waves. At the same time, with that Tempest Dragon, maybe we got a chance.
The thing here is, you know what, Tufts? Do you think he should have gone for the Doomsday? They need more damage. They
Yeah, I
need
agree,
to cut down the life of Weisacer and Bilal at the same time.
But you gotta balance that. Like, you need to stay alive at the same time because he goes in, he's just gonna instantly burst it because Weisacer hits like a truck.
I mean, that's where Ormson comes in, right? He's meant to give that initial and continuous stun, but here we go. Once again, Furball dropped down, pressure started from the side of Alpha 7.
It doesn't seem like Ormson has really been able to hit that perfect Umbrella Outburst. It seems like Alpha 7 have been kind of, you know, again, we were talking about that Tao Chi side and just kind of navigating around, but they do on the Annihilation on the Weisacer. The ultimate shell instantly bursts, and now they'll pull. They find ZonQ and Alpha 7 on the prowl. The Stampede, they have to go for this one, and now they're going in. Tough C's doing some work. They find Fury, and they want to get for Weisacer, but the Sage's Sanctuary, he rolling raids, and he gets chased out, and Tough Z finds him out. Bigetron now looking to go for Niap. Niap is going, gets the truth, and knocks out Tough Z. Zon is still alive, but he's going to be focused. He's going to use the Sage's Sanctuary as well, and now with those shields, Niap is going on. They're throwing everything at him, and they're not able to take him down. Danny with his Sage's Sanctuary, he gets knocked out. Neil gets damage on that, and Zon with that damage, absolutely insane.
The farm lane saved the day. BTR, they will have to deal with the pressure of the 3 lanes of crashing minions, but for now, Alpha 7 are out of the game for the next 30 seconds. Danny does not come in with the smite for 25 more. ZonQ is alive. This could be the change, the turnaround that BTR are looking for.
I mean, Niap is going to be there. He's going to be looking to go for the Tempest Dragon.
No way.
Gets spotted out by Ormson. There's no way he gets the steal. Zon and ZonQ are there, but now Fury's going to be joining as well. The Silka Orb. Zon, though, needs to be a little bit careful. He gets picked off. Fury with the play. And now Ormson is going to be there for the Tempest Dragon. Weisacer with the timing gets the Tempest Dragon. And Ormson now on the run. They've also got ZonQ. And now Alpha 7 from the depths of hell. They find Weisacer. Bigetron somehow looking to hold.
Oh, this is a huge situation. Alpha 7, but they do not have all their cards. Weisacer is out for 38 seconds. That's not enough time for them to find value with the Tempest Vanguards just yet. Alpha 7, they have managed to get that big steal, so it is a lifeline. But for now, BTR, I think they are the ones in control.
I mean, in control, but you don't have the damage dealer. ZonQ and Zon, 8 seconds. Alpha 7 trying to make headway into this lane, but with these Tempest Vanguards, I don't think you can end. You don't have Weisacer.
I mean, you had the pushback from Neo. Just make sure you have the backdoor protection, right? Get those creation blocks, push those Tempest Vanguards away, and you have a survival, a lifeline, and BTR do just that.
All 5 members back up. They're going to be able to repel this assault here. Weisacer is up as well. One last push. Is Alpha 7 able to do this?
And I mean, we're running out of Sage's Sanctuaries.
Oh, ZonQ gets caught out, and they get the pick off. Bilal will get that one, and they make him pay. He's not mobile enough. That's 43 seconds. That's an eternity at this stage. And now Alpha 7 with a huge window of opportunity.
Yeah, this is a huge void to fill. I don't think they can do it here. Alpha 7, the chance is going to come.
Yeah, they're looking to go. Furball finding Tough Z, and now that Crystal is under assault. The Death at Sunset, he wants to go for the backline. Fury's trying to dodge this, but Niap is picked off. They find Tough Z, and Weisacer with just way too much damage get the Crystal, and Alpha 7 will take the game.
What a response from Chalk BR. This is the way. And you know what? At the start of this tournament, we were asking, what is this quality